Don't watch too much of that show. It'll give you nightmares, okay?
You got it?
Welcome to In Frame Out's Year in Film, where we take stock of 12 months of spectacular cinema and unfortunate rubbish. With the yellow snow of December ebbing down the drain and into the newest of years, it's time to wade through the weird-smelling runoff of gutter snot cinema. Having fist-pumped until my collarbone snapped for the 10 best films of the year, let's sink down into the muck with entries 5 through 1 of our worst films of 2025.
Hey! Hey.
Have you ever seen a film that feels like it's trying to be 6 things at once? The Home is that, only nobody involved seems to have seen the half-dozen things it's attempting to emulate. Yes folks, this is as brazen a knockoff of A Cure for Wellness and Get Out as they could possibly excrete without incurring a lawsuit. However, at no point does this even try to replicate the visual or allegorical sensibilities of those infinitely grander works. Instead of uttering out anything thoughtful or fun, The Home presses its chapped lips against a buzzing megaphone and screams,
Hey, old people are gross.
Until it collapses into a reeking puddle of idiotic slime.
Kid, we need you. Ethan had a terrible accident. The place is a mess.
Matt, what do you mean accident?
His draw or something wicked seeped through his diaper.
Did you say
Excrement, fecal matter, yes.
He's painting the walls with it.
Pete Davidson navigates serious dramatic roles like a stray dog confidently bounding into a wood chipper, and despite being barely 30 and having 2 separate vanity biopics about his life, he's just not that interesting to actually watch.
They are experimenting on hundreds, if not thousands, of elderly people.
They're the perfect test subjects. Because if they get dementia, nobody thinks anything because they're old, and if they die, nobody gives a because they're old.
I can't even call it bad acting, because that would require some semblance of a performance to begin with. He's just kind of here.
Nothing, sorry, what did you say?
Nonsensical, but never in a way that deviates from a sullen death march, this tries to get freaky in the final 15 minutes to offset its awfulness and send the audience away with a bemused shrug. But it's too little too late. Let's grab some sledgehammers and knock The Home down.
Lick it nice, lick it good, lick that just like you should. My neck, my back, my and my crack. It's working. My neck, my back, my and my crack. Everybody.
Brightheart is railroad spikes through the retina levels of bad, but not in a way conducive to lengthy analysis, critical examination, or even writing from an irritated place of reflexive annoyance.
Oh, I love your odor right now. It smells like gunpowder and bravery.
Yeah.
For one thing, it's basically a dead-toothed remake of Shotgun Wedding, the Jennifer Lopez streaming flick released just 3 years ago. It's simultaneously a comedy that fails so completely in its desperate pleas for laughter that it may as well be a hostage beheading video, it's an action vehicle that won't turn over or move one solitary inch in the direction of something watchable, and to top it all off, this also acts as a twisted showreel of the most cruel and unusual attempts at mumbling improv ever inflicted.
Come on! What the hell are we doing? We need something bigger.
That's what she said.
As Rebel Wilson trots out,
Buy me a drink first.
jokes with the grace of a broken elbow, she once again demonstrates that her entire shtick rests on trying to ape Melissa McCarthy on a Pauly Shore budget with McBain from The Simpsons levels of range.
Piece of cake.
That's the joke.
Spackled together with stock Adobe plugin effects that aren't even rendered or timed correctly, and composited with green screen so inept it feels like an unfinished draft was uploaded in error, Brightheart is grounds for a very bitter divorce.
Because I'm pretty sure everyone else just thinks I'm making this stuff up.
I believe in UFOs and ghosts, so why not haunted animatronics?
A convoluted and turgid slog, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 doubles down on everything awful about the first installment and throws a whole new set of manky spanners into the works.
Dude, that costume is legendary.
I don't know. Seems kind of fake to me.
Don't be rude.
What?
The plot is an indecipherable montage of disconnected threads and impenetrable lore that calls into question whether this was written by a person or a typewriter strapped to a Sibian. Here, 6th grade kids have routine advanced robotics classes. The crooked cop who spent the entire first film lying for no reason just does that again. There's a key plot point about how the robots can't survive outside of Freddy's, even though they illustrated in the last movie that they can absolutely do that. I could go on, but why even bother? Perhaps this all makes sense if you've committed the 28 games and dozens of books to memory, but that just means this is a failure of an adaptation. Imagine someone said you can't watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy unless you're a scholar of all these. And let me tell you, this bloodless baby's first jump scare pig Quim is no The Two Towers, and Scott Cawthorne ain't no Tolkien. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is rusty, nonsensical claptrap that knows as much about structure and horror as a seagull knows about rocket science. And even then, I think a seagull could get us to Europa long before the world sees a FNAF movie that is scary, substantive, or redeemable in any way.
What the hell was that?
War of the Worlds 2025's botched dental surgery of gurgling incompetence is exactly what it would look like if a CIA psyop, Jeff Bezos incognito window, and an absent seizure were troned into a clip show of atrocities.
Wait, give him an Amazon gift card for $1,000. Hurry!
This never-ending Zoom call straight into the intellectual void stars Ice Cube as an emotionally empty creep who misappropriates government resources and commits high treason to stalk his own children, and a truly unbelievable amount of the runtime here is swallowed up by this terrible father trying to solve Armageddon by right-clicking on things.
Move, bitch! Get out the way! Yes!
Other than a no Vaseline lesson in tech support wherein a dork strives to stop aliens from eating the Facebook profile of his dead wife, that's a real thing that happens by the way.
No!
Much of this is royalty-free stock footage bejazzled with unfinished placeholder VFX.
Missile locked! Shit! Abort! Oh no.
And deliberately sprinkled with real-life footage of war, natural disasters, and catastrophic events, albeit with Commodore 64 renderings of aliens superimposed onto footage of real people being killed.
The directors and producers are using footage in the film, and their idea was like, let's take real footage, real disaster footage, real war footage, and let's comp aliens into it.
No!
So not only is this an artless asphyxiation of heinous product placement, and a narrative that literally doesn't function in a way that makes it perhaps the worst major studio-backed screenplay of the last 15 years, it's also an unethical, unjustifiable wretch. The only thing stopping War of the Worlds' scabrous humiliation ritual of talentless, tasteless, and compositionally illiterate gush from taking the #1 slot is that I was never at risk of falling asleep or hurling a can of Sprite at the screen while I watched it. Which can't be said for the cringing chasm that took this year's #1 spot. Well, don't let it be said that I go easy on the art house efforts or wear kid gloves with directors I enjoy, because for all its striking cinematography and illusions of grandeur, Hurry Up Tomorrow sucks absolute shit. A kaleidoscope of vacuous pretension, the only thing remarkable about this is how something so entitled and utterly devoid of self-awareness never once manages to be unintentionally funny. An aggressively out-of-touch thesis on why being attractive and impossibly wealthy is a hell on earth we should all pity The Weeknd for, complete with multiple extended extreme close-ups of him moved to tears by his own music, I'm hard-pressed to think of a more egomaniacal, unlikable, and arduous-to-endure vanity project in living memory. Not content to merely be a conceited vision quest of cheek-gnawing tedium, Hurry Up Tomorrow hypnic jerks itself along until it transforms into a hyper-misogynistic misery knockoff, where the thesis seems to be that non-dimensional women exist only to torture and trap brilliant men, and cry hysterically after they've been used up and discarded.
And I just want to help you, Abel, but you're not
up! Shut the f up! Shut up! What are you doing? What the f are you doing? I have to go right now. I'm getting calls.
In a film of seemingly endless lowlights, a 10+ minute sequence in which Jenna Ortega does her best American Psycho facsimile as she goes bug-eyed at The Weeknd about how profound and lyrically brilliant The Weeknd is, feels like drowning in the shallow end while the only lifeguard on duty jerks off to his own reflection.
You know, your music is a lot more personal than people realize.
Huh?
Let's go with Blinding Lights. It's an undeniable hit. You know, because you hear this and it feels like you're entering a party. You know, like a safe space.
The biggest tragedy of this self-important cinematographic love tug is that writer-director Trey Edward Schultz has leveraged his 3-for-3 run of Krisha, It Comes at Night, and Waves, and parlayed that enviable filmography into making what is in effect the Brown Bunny for the Coachella crowd. A nearly 2-hour slideshow of chauvinism and insufferable arrogance, written by and starring a sad boy who only seems happy when he's gagging on his own wad. For its heinous acting, desperate conception, and hereto unseen levels of cinematic narcissism, Hurry Up Tomorrow is In Frame Out's worst film of 2025. And those were our bottom 5 of the year. For anyone who's missed any of our end of the year videos, make sure to check them all out in the description below. With that, it's time to say goodbye to another 365 days and move on to all the pleasant surprises and trembling revelations 2026 will no doubt offer. Shout out to our Patreon producers Jennifer C, Claire MD, Beckio, Jennifer Fetish, Reed Stoven, CC Sings, George Napper, Arden Hughes, John Hughes, Samantha Hughes, Case Hengeveld, Flips a Chip, Tara O'Connell, Huey Hughes, Mauricio, Alex Stapleton, Matthew Whitehouse, and Nicholas Le Revere, as well as all these amazing folks who support us over on Patreon. Did you manage to catch any of these turkeys? If so, what did you think of them? And what are your personal least favourite films of 2025? Let us know down in the comments, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and if you're in a position to do so, consider supporting us over on the In Frame Out Patreon at the link in the description below. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is In Frame Out.